The Critshow contains elements of horror, fantasy violence, and adult language. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Our table is laden with the spoils of this past weekend. Tass and I and Jesse joined some folks over in Ohio for the Donut Trail.
Is this like the Oregon Trail? Or?
Literally took the words out of my mouth, Kim.
You might die of something, but it's not going to be dysentery.
Deliciousness.
Yes. It's this thing in Ohio where all of these, it's like put on by the city's Chamber of Commerce or something. And there are 12 different places on this donut trail, and you get a passport, and you go to each one of them, you buy a donut, they put a stamp on it. Once you have collected a stamp from all 12 places, you send it in. They send you like a discount card for other businesses in the town and a free t-shirt. And so like it's a popular thing for like people in the area to do. And every year they change the t-shirt, and you can get a new card to get discounts and stuff. But they've been doing it now. This is the third year. Mike, our community manager, it's his birthday, so he's the one who organizes this. And so we do it all in one day. We get up at, well, for us.
Yeah.
I had some stuff Friday night, so normally I would go like Friday night if I was going to go, but we got up at like 4 a.m. and drove there, started the trail at 6:30, and we're done by 11:30.
It was awesome. Look, I pride myself on how much sugar I can intake in like a short amount of time without any immediate repercussions. Like I know it's killing me in the long run, but without really any repercussions in the short term. I almost perished. I almost passed away.
What's wild is that he does a cookout afterwards. Like we get back.
With all the donuts.
Yeah, with all the donuts.
Just throw them on the grill.
We get back at like 11:30, and he just fires up the grill, and then 20 minutes later, there's just tons of meat. And so you sit down and you eat a bunch of meat and vegetables, and what inevitably happens about an hour later, everybody goes, I could go for a donut.
Yeah.
Something about having that cleanser of a no-carb meal.
Having some vegetables.
Some vegetables. Mostly meat, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, I'm begging you, next year, call everyone over to the grill and be like, all right, dinner's ready, and open it up and just have it full of donuts.
I'll tell you, too, after eating so many donuts, and then, he cooked these burgers and stuff, that was maybe the best burger I've had in the last, I'm going to say 5 years.
I agree.
Oh, it was so good.
And he had beef bacon to go on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a talented man.
Now, this one has sort of a pinkish hue. Can you tell me about it?
Yes, that is, I believe, a strawberry glazed yeast donut. We about wrecked at one point, too, because we were going, and I don't remember exactly what the back and forth was, but Jesse was like, we're suffering from the yeast sweats right now.
I was taking a bite right.
What was your favorite donut that you had on the donut trail?
Easy one. They were all very good. Like, it was hard to say any of them were like going to be a rough time, but the best was a red velvet cake donut covered in vanilla icing with Oreo, like crunched up Oreo sprinkles all over it.
Yum.
I had one that was like cherry icing. Then the donut was cream filled, which was really good. Jesse and I both bought this s'mores one. We were very excited about it. And the old lady behind the counter was like, it's marshmallow cream and then this and that and the other. And I was looking, I was like, that looks like vanilla icing, but all right. Yeah, I'll take one. I'm coming for you, Gertrude, wherever you are. She lied to us. It was not marshmallow cream. It was just vanilla icing.
You sit on a throne of lies, Gertrude.
Oh, man.
You should probably contact the city about that one.
Yeah, right. One of the problems with it, though, is that, people got to drive. And so we were at one of the stops, and someone working at one of the donut places was like, oh, yeah, actually, a really cool thing this year. There were these two families that wanted to do the donut trail. And so they hired a limo to just drive them to all of them.
Wow.
And Mike was like, well, I think I know what we're doing next year. And everyone was like, yeah, because it's going to be like, $50 a head, but no one has to drive. We can all sit in the back and chat together. So there's going to be a donut limo next year.
Let me do you one better.
Uh-huh.
One of those limos that has a hot tub on
That's
the back.
exactly what I said. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Bless
Everybody-
you.
Party bus with a stripper pole.
Everybody shirtless with the yeast sweats in a hot tub.
Oh my
That's
god.
how you make beer, isn't it?
A party bus donut trail? That would be amazing. That'd be so much fun.
This whole tub was for me, right?
Yes, yeah, pretty
This
much.
is all for me to eat.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Apparently.
Well, as we all recover from the yeast sweats, it's time to let the recap roll.
I saw him up there. He's definitely here.
What kind of read did you get off him?
He's still in there, but not completely. It's like all of his knowledge of fighting and maneuvering, his abilities are still there, and he would recognize people, but recognizing what they can do and how to defeat them. It's all very raw.
I mean, is everything else, like, locked away? Or is it gone?
I tried to see if it was buried, but I don't think so. I think it's stripped. Where are you going?
I'm going to do exactly what Landara told me not to do.
What does that mean?
I am going to try to tap into my spells from back home, and I'm going to try and banish the curse from him.
You watch him stagger back. He shakes his head as if clearing it. And as he does so, Megan, having this connection to his mind, you get this sense that his mind isn't cleared exactly, but that what was left of his sentient thought is released. Jake, on this same note, as the magic pulses out, you get this sense that in one way, yes, this magic did clear the mind, but the only way to clear it is to reunite the pieces. You've done this, but what that doesn't do is take away from this construct's jaw. Megan, Jake, you're on deck of one of the inner circle ships as the construct, all that is left of the Gilded Death, charges through some skeletons on its way to attack.
I start backpedaling along the rail of the ship. I don't think I did what I meant to do.
What did you mean to do?
I wanted to give him his mind back, but I think it was so broken and corrupted that all it could do was leave.
Well, whatever his mind was, it's not here now.
We have to fall back. We got to go get the others.
Okay, come on. And I'll reach out my hand to Jake as I'm running towards the edge of the ship, ready to jump back in the water.
No problem. The construct is still fighting its way through those skeletons, has just broken through, defeating the last of the 5 as you are both jumping over.
Let's go find everybody else.
Okay, and I'm mermaid swimming all the way back, like so fast, like really fast, like a fish.
Just on your flipper.
Like a salmon going upstream.
I was thinking like a dolphin doing its dance.
I thought that famously flipping your fins, you don't get too far.
Well, legs are only required for jumping and dancing.
You're a bunch of dingle hoppers, you know that? Kim and Landara. I believe we were trying to break back into the center circle.
A question now that it's going back to myself and Landara. Does Landara know that Tass or Tass's spirit is gone? Like, does that fulfill what Death was asking her to do?
Oh.
Like, are we walking back and you just like instantly know?
Yeah.
You get like another Uber ping that you
Right?
need to go. Yeah, you got a new target.
Oh, this writer canceled their...
All right, your new target is Doug. And you're like, wait, what?
The Gilded Doug.
Tass changed his name.
But no, it's like a good question, right? Like,
Yeah.
is it like
Yes.
the soul or is it the body or is it?
I'll tell you, I had not considered this because I wasn't ready for Jake to pull out magic from y'all's world
Yeah, that's fair.
to try to fix this. I think I know what it is, but we're jumping back in time, like, 5 minutes, you guys making your way, because you have to break back into
Yeah.
the center circle here. So let's table that question for a minute.
Okay.
Sure. Sorry,
No, I'm very glad you said that because...
You can figure it out while we break in.
Oh, good.
He's like,
Don't
maybe,
call me out.
Maybe we'll all die on the break-in and I won't ever have to answer.
So who is leading the charge here back in?
I think I was so focused on the getting us back out that it could be you. I think I was focused too much on the path out and not like the new formation and stuff of the path in.
Yeah, I like that. I'll roll it. 10.
Hell yeah, you only have to pick one.
Oh man.
Eh.
This is how we got in this mess in the first place. Don't lose track of me.
How can I? I think you're carrying me like a backpack.
Oh, yeah.
This is a rough option, but I feel like especially if we are breaking out of a place that was full of Silverguard and skeletons, we bring something nasty with us.
So you're making your way across these ships, plank to plank, ship to ship. Kim, you know that you have a clear spot here, like you've judged out the little patrols and stuff. You've got it. So it's not too much of a worry when suddenly Landara is standing still on deck halfway across one of the ships. Landara, suddenly you're in the space with the massive door and the skull with its skeletal tentacles lashing behind it. When I give you a task, it should be you that accomplishes it.
Fucking what?
The spirit has been released. You have a new target.
All right.
It seems to be observing you for a long moment. I expect you to be the one to fulfill my contracts. Kill Alexander White. And then you are back on deck after these few seconds. Kim, you see Landara's eyes blinking rapidly.
Hey, lady, where'd you go?
I got good news and bad news.
Okay.
Good news is Death says Tass is gone, that the spirit is released. The bad news is I think I'm on Death's shit list. Like, it was real pissy that I didn't do it, so I don't know. We gotta go.
Oh, okay. I follow her.
All right, you get back to the spot that you had left the others just as Megan and Jake are climbing up over the side.
Did you find him?
Yeah, we did.
What happened? Death said that the spirit's been released. He's free.
Oh, good. That's not what I meant to do, but that's better than the alternative.
Well, if you're able to do that, why were you running back this way?
I was trying to clear, his mind. I was trying to bring him back to normal, and I guess I just, made him pass on, but the body didn't drop. The body's still just a killing machine.
Oh.
Oh.
So we ran.
Good call.
There was a little bit of Tass in there, but only the bit that knew how to fight real good and the bit that would recognize people that would be threats. And that's not there anymore. So that's all that was left, and I guess that's what was released.
So is there a way for us to get around him? What's he doing?
I don't know now. He had a patrol cycle. I don't know if that's still standing or not.
If he's now just a construct, would killing Dr. White stop it?
I think so, if we can get past him in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we watched him barrel through a bunch of skeletons trying to get at us, but the part of Tass that was staying was partly the ability to fight, his prowess. So maybe it's not as dangerous as it was before.
Yeah, we found Siobhan, and she was trapped on a ship next to a ship that was filled with some of her old crew and a bunch of people. They all stayed behind to protect them while we try to solve this. So unfortunately, we don't have her assistance with this fight.
We found Aiden. He's okay.
Good. I'm glad he's okay. Who else was there?
No one else from their crew, just Aiden and then a bunch of townspeople, I guess.
As you're all talking, Kim, will you do me a favor and roll me 1d6?
Do I get to know why?
In a moment, yeah.
Okay.
Eventually.
This is probably fine.
1.
As you're all talking, there's a flutter of sound, almost of wings, but it doesn't sound quite right. And then suddenly there is a skeleton of a toucan on Kim's shoulder.
Does it look hostile?
I feel like birds always kind of do, It's like their dinosaur sides.
Give me a size up.
8. So I will go with, where's the true danger lurking?
Outwardly, absolutely not. It is just sitting there looking back and forth as you all were talking, and then as you're analyzing it, it's just kind of turning its empty socketed head, looking around the group. But the vibe you're getting is that it's listening, it's taking in this information and understanding it.
I think it's a spy. I think it's a narc.
God damn it.
I'm going to try to grab it in a bag.
Let's see a dirty trick.
7.
I was prepared to help out, and I had a great justification for it, and it was just a little monkey dance. Just
To distract it.
Yeah, that's just what I'm going to rely on when I need to help out from now on. It's just I do a little monkey dance.
He's like, monkeys and toucans are famously friends, so.
I'm getting a flashback to the last time in this game when someone tried to bag a creature off of me.
That won't happen twice.
Do you want to, I'll let you pick, take a little harm to do this or draw attention?
We're trying to avoid attention, so I guess take a little harm.
All right. Yeah, you just suffer 1 harm here. If you have any armor, don't matter because this thing is just, it's up in your face.
Okay.
But you get it bagged.
What do I do with it now?
I don't know. I think it could still hear.
Landara, throw it on the ground.
I do.
Much like the pinata, I just want to start smacking it with my rapier sword.
All right. You just going for full destruction here?
Yes!
No problem. It's bagged and on the ground, so you can hear the crunching of bone as this thing gets shattered to pieces.
I'm sorry, I didn't know what else to do.
I think that was the right call. If it was relaying information, then this is like the last ping, so we need to be somewhere other than here before whatever it was talking to shows up.
Good idea.
If we hop in, we can ride the edge of the whirlpool around straight to Dr. White's ship. That's probably our best bet of bypassing the Gilded Death.
All right. I'm going to grab this bag and throw it like a different direction just in case. It can like track the bones of its thing.
Yeet.
Yeah.
We have to take the battery out.
Put it in the whirlpool, and then we'll wait, and so it's just circling around, and they can never find it.
All right. So the goal here is to bypass the Gilded Death and get to the Eye of Anubis, correct?
Yes.
All right. Who's leading the charge on this one?
It's got to be the mermaid, right?
Sure, man.
You already, swam this, so you would know the best way to get there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll give you a +1. Like, you have traversed this a few times. You know what it's like down in there, and you got a dope mermaid tail to assist.
That's true.
So, yeah, let's see a break in.
Yeah, I'll give you a +1 too for the mermaid.
I mean, he is the GM of the show. I can't say no, I guess.
The way that was like posited was like almost like I'll give you a +1 for that mermaid tail. Like you wanted to buy it off me.
Give me that mermaid tail, I'll give you a +1.
Man, whoever created that mermaid tail must be like a really smart GM.
Real smart, real handsome. On the subject of just assigning anybody a +1, I want to nominate both Kim and Rev for luck for bagging the parrot and just tag team pinata-ing it to
Yeah,
death.
that was great.
Yeah, I agree.
Using my magic sword as a pinata stick has worked not once but twice now.
11.
Oh,
Hey.
Hell
Nice.
you said that like so disappointedly. It's like 11.
Could have been
This is
12.
gonna go swimmingly.
Oh, because of the...
Hey,
That was supposed to be happy. I don't know why it sounded so sad to everyone else.
I know why you were a little sad.
Because you still have to pick one.
Exactly.
Oh,
Son
Nuts.
of a gun.
I think we run into an obstacle we didn't expect.
just a big log also spinning around in the whirlpool.
This becomes pirate times wipeout as we try to make our way through the water.
Oh, that'd be great. Like there's like a crate floating there and I jump up out of the water, but then I get my legs back and then I run across it and then I jump back in the water and get a mermaid tail back.
Oh.
That'd be awesome.
All right. So, Megan, since you were leading the charge on this, you have a good gauge of the water, the speed, and so on. So what order were you all in? Like, what was the troop order here?
I think I was leading. Probably still have Jake on my back since he's more of a low guy. And then probably Kim behind me and Landara in the back.
All right. So you get around to the Eye of Anubis, or at least Megan does first, grabbing a hold of some of the ropes and such that are down by the whirlpool. Landara, as you're making your way, coming up behind and ready to rejoin the group, would you like to stand against the compulsion of the voice coming out of the whirlpool, calling to you?
What?
What's it saying?
That's the real question.
Yeah.
Is it
I mean,
sexy?
any-
Then maybe I'll give in.
Any voice I hear.
It's calling with a calm voice, letting you know how peaceful it is there, that here nothing asks you for favors, nothing demands your time and your aggression and your blood. In this whirlpool, you get to go somewhere peaceful and calm and happy.
We all float here.
Yeah, I think I would like to stand against that.
All right, who are you going to use to do so?
I think with what we just went through, it'll be Kim, having kind of had just the two of us working together and her being right in front of me, and knowing that she also is not in her home. Like, where she is now is her new home, same as it kind of is for me. And so I think that call of calm and peacefulness versus the chaos, I think that she is what I would latch onto for that, because the same call could be made towards her, and I would want her to stay with us.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that's great. So you'll spend one bond, and she is there, so you get a +1. And if you like, you can spend additional bond to get another +1.
Only got the one.
All right.
That's okay, hun.
7.
Oh my god.
Sheesh. Wait, I spend the point of bond and what do I get?
Spending the point of bond in and of itself is just lets you make the roll. That's a flat roll, and then it's a +1 if I'm in front of you. So it's only a +1.
6.
No!
I mean, you're all pretty close together, and you see that Landara is slowing down and looking at this whirlpool and slowly floating towards the center.
I will spend a bond to help out.
Okay, how so?
I've got my arms wrapped around Megan's neck, but I tell her to ease up and reach out with my prehensile tail and just wrap around Landara's wrist and pull on her to try and snap her out of it and get her to come back with us.
Okay, spin that bond, and that bumps you up to a 7. I assume we want to take a trouble instead of just giving in anyway.
Correct.
Let's call this trouble conflicted. I think there's just a little bit of that idea of, why do these beings get to order me around and so on? Is it really worth it? Maybe a little of that filters in. So until you have a moment of doing what you need to do and feeling yes, this is a confident moment of I'm here for a reason and I'm doing the right thing, I think you have a -1 specifically to size up. Things are just a little less clear for you.
And is this, when you say doing what I need to do, doing something specifically not related to following the instructions given by death?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Even if that lines up, as long as it feels right and is of your own accord, if that makes sense. It could line up, but doesn't have to.
Okay.
All right. So you have wrestled Landara away from the center of the whirlpool and are now up against the Eye of Anubis. And this ship is huge. I think from a distance, what you'd seen along the side of this ship were just a few things that are normal for ships. You saw what maybe you thought was a little rowboat hanging off to the side that they could lower down. But now that you're here, you're up close and you're seeing, again, a lot of this is built with walkways and things around it, little pieces of buildings sticking up, attaching the ships together and all that sort of thing. So it's a little hard to make out what's going on until you're right up against this big ship. But what you thought might have been a rope and pulley system to lower a rowboat is actually a platform. It's a little bigger, wider, it could fit a dozen people. And from, down in the water, it's kind of hard to tell what's on it, but it looks like there's even something built on it. But it is just right dead center of the, what's, I guess, technically the port side of this ship, the way that it's all spinning. But this was a successful break-in. You can tell me how you get up and around and where you want to be on this ship.
Do we want to take the elevator up?
That seems like just what they'll expect.
Do you want to climb up ahead and see if you can see anything? I think it'd be a lot easier for you to get up there and get back down without being heard or spotted or anything.
I give a thumbs up and start to climb.
All right, you make your way up. Since you are right there on this side, you see much more clearly what's going on with this platform. And it could absolutely have worked or still work kind of like an elevator. But what you see is on the middle of the platform is a table. And on the table, there are a bunch of runes scratched and painted into it. And the table is very, very obviously covered in old dried blood.
Oh.
And looking out over the ship, because it is, it's up right against the rail. This is a pretty fancy ship. It's got a couple of levels. You're, at mid-deck here. At the back is what would seem to be probably a captain's quarters type situation. And then to the front of the ship is what looks like the ramp that would go down to below decks. And there is only one skeleton at the moment on ship, and it is standing guard at the entrance to the below decks.
I will scurry back down to the others. There's only one skeleton standing guard up there, and he's standing guard over the stairs that lead below decks. There is a captain's quarter toward the back of the ship, but I'm guessing that they'd have the guard posted where Dr. White is, right?
Or maybe where White's experiments are.
Yeah, it's either protecting him if he thinks he needs protecting, or it's protecting what he wants kept safe.
Well, I say let's go around to the back of the ship and sneak up the sides and in the windows to the captain's quarters.
If there's only one guard up there, do you think they would expect us to take the elevator?
I don't think they're paying attention, and I think we could take them, but I think we can make a sneakier entrance from the back, maybe learn some stuff in there first.
Yeah, okay.
I'll start guiding everybody towards the captain's quarters.
No problem. You get around to the windows at the back of the ship, and, a quick glance proves this to be true. This is a big, open, lavish kind of set of quarters here. It's very fancy. Like, this is stained glass and stuff, so it's a little hard to see in. Are you just popping the window and jumping in, or taking a moment to look?
Oh, can we look? That seems so dangerous. Just jump in.
Yeah, definitely look.
I'm just saying, you got you got a success on the break-in, so you could get into the room, no problem.
Yeah, but what's in the room?
Well, I love this question, Kim. Let's see you size up.
God, I have to stop asking this. With my -2, that's a 7.
Oh, thank God. All right, you get a hold one.
It has to be, where is the true danger lurking?
For the most part, the room looks empty, actually. No one moving around, nothing like that. But right next to the front door entrance, there is a cage dangling, like a bird cage, with a skeletal parrot in it.
The skeleton birds are in here.
Like more of them?
Yeah, a parrot this time.
Oh, I wonder if they're like a hive mind. I wonder if the one we saw was like, reporting to the one here, that they're all reporting to the ones that might exist somewhere else.
Yeah, because parrots can basically, like, talk. So maybe this one is the one that relays everything.
Oh, God.
Yeah, or maybe they're all, like, keyed into Dr. White, and it's just, like, his eyes everywhere. And so if we get seen by the parrot, he'll know where we are.
Yeah, magic. That makes sense, too. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of on board with this parrot, like, ticker tape thing where it's just saying all the information that it's getting from other birds.
Just every single
Like
thing
constant
any of them
stream,
sees, It's just constantly saying out loud, "Bruh, guy in brown boots walking left across the dock, bruh,
Brought darkness.
bruh, wicked dark, bruh, hurt, bruh,
Brought wet. Brought sinking.
bruh, the cold embrace."
Can't wait to transcribe this later.
How are you going to spell bruh?
I don't know. I'll find out.
Just look at the Nancy Drew Olive Lulu.
Oh, yeah. I'll do that. Lulu want cake.
I don't know why. I'm certain it's BRA apostrophe. I can't say why, but I'm certain that's right.
Oh.
Is there any angle from which we could enter this room and bag that parrot before it laid eyes on anybody? Is there a window or anything behind that bird cage?
No, because it is like right next to the door into the place from the deck. So it's near the middle of what would be that wall, because the door is the center of that wall.
Okay, maybe one or two of us breach through the door, and then one or two of us come through a window, and window people can get its attention for a second so the door people can breach and bag this one. I feel like maybe you two, I point at Landara and Kim, go through the door, eliminate this one the same way.
What do bone parrots eat?
Oh, can I use my lorekeeper ability?
Yes, absolutely you can.
I'm waiting for the punchline to that joke, though.
I don't have one.
Oh, I
Hank
thought it was
famously.
a question.
It was.
Oh, okay, great. Well, then, yeah, this might help.
Hey, most questions turn into jokes. That's how they start.
Yeah, so when you encounter a new land creature phenomenon, roll plus vinegar.
Do it.
4.
Honey, no.
On a miss, the fates tell you a fanciful tale. The tale has a grain of truth to it. Take book fever to know what it is. I will absolutely take book fever to know what it is.
Okay.
Tell us a fanciful tale, Tass.
Yeah, just go ahead and
aside
improv
from the
that.
one you're currently telling us,
Yeah, just whip up
an additional fanciful tale
whip up just a legend, just a tale,
Tell me a story.
about the bone bird.
a fable.
A fable, yeah. So this is the fable of the pirate called the Parrot Tamer. And the whole point of this fable about the Parrot Tamer is that eventually she learns that you can't truly tame wild things. Like, you can't be truly responsible for a wild beast in this way. So what she learned, why everyone else called her the tamer when she knew better, was that you have to really be patient and get to know each of these birds individually. There's no single method. Each bird wants something different. One likes gold. It wants a little nest of gold. One just likes to be petted. One likes to talk a lot and have long conversations. And so each of these birds that she became responsible for had their own little quirks and took up so much of her time that she simply couldn't pirate anymore. It was all taking care of the birds. And so she eventually had to let them free back into the world again. Now, you're taking the trouble in order to understand this more fully?
Yes, book fever is my vice, and I am willing to take it on.
All right. So I think the message here, as you're looking at this bird, is that, yeah, you've seen all of these skeletons and undead walking around. You've connected to a few of them already and understood that they're directed in a way. They're given orders. But these birds can't be given orders. They do what they do because they want to do it, because they are given something that they want. And so they will be loyal to those that give them what they want.
Well, I don't know what they eat, and I don't know what they want exactly, but they all want something.
Listen, I haven't consumed a whole lot of your media, but I know Polly won a cracker.
High five.
I know that sounds dumb, but could it be the thing?
I mean, it could. I mean, all of these creatures, they all want something different. So, like, there was this pirate, and, like, she found out that, like, all these parrots wanted different things. Like, one wanted gold, and one wanted to be petted, or to have long conversations and talk a lot, which, I mean, same. I also want all those things.
Am I a parrot?
I hope the toucan didn't just want to be pet. It makes me feel really sad.
But, like, they don't take orders. They're just loyal, and they do what they do because they're given the thing that they want. And you're supposed to, like, spend time with them and figure out what it is that it wants. So, I don't know. Maybe we could just ask it.
I've seen you be able to, like, read the thoughts and feelings of people in this. Can you do it to a bird?
Yeah, I can do that, but I'm feeling kind of tapped right now. Like, I can maybe try to do that, but I don't know if I could do it at all after. Okay, maybe we can just see, like, if he's giving it gold, is there a bunch of gold in there, you know? Like, if he's giving it a particular item, maybe it'll be in there. If it's more metaphorical, then, yeah, I can maybe try and read its mind.
Yeah, is there a surplus of any particular thing near that bird?
You know, I don't think I'm going to make you roll for this, since you have an idea what to be looking for and there's no other danger in the room. You can see the bird clearly. I think it's as you're inspecting the cage that you notice, you know, there's a little fluff. There's some stuff that might be its little nest in there. Like, it's a decent sized cage. You know, it has room to kind of walk around and play and stuff. But one corner looks like some other material. It's not like leaves and things that are part of its nest. It almost looks like discarded hair, like hairballs. And as you're watching, I think you can hear it squawk a couple of times, and you hear it verbalize a few things. And it's like messing with its nest as it does so, and it's messing with that little pile of stuff as it does so. And what you make out is long pork. Long pork.
Oh my gosh.
No.
All right, so alternatively, fuck this bird.
Yeah, they all want something, you know, like gold or human flesh or colorful leaves.
Jake's like, well, I'm in the clear. I'm a monkey.
Yeah, I'll just walk in there. I'll be like, "What's up, bird? I am not your type. So I'm just going to look around."
100% monkey.
Okay, so back to breach and clear.
Bag and smash.
I'll be the distraction. I'll come in the window.
All right.
Mind the skeleton on the other end.
All right, I think this is just going to be a dirty trick. Like, you have access to the room here, so whoever wants to lead the charge on bagging this thing before it can sound some sort of alarm.
If I rolled it, would I get to do my +1 from sizing up the bird?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, then I'll do it.
All right, let's see it.
This is still with your dog shit stat, though, isn't it?
It is, but I thought maybe it would help balance it out. But it's that's a lie. It's a 5.
Oh, my God.
So what does this look like? What's the maneuver?
I think it's bursting in, and I've taken off my beetle cloak, and I'm trying to wrap it up in that. Like, just trying to throw it over the birdcage.
All right. I'm not sure if you tipped it off somehow, if you weren't quite fast enough, whatever it was. But as you're draping the cloak, one of its wings slides between the bars and lashes out at you, and you take 1 point of harm.
To be fair, the beetle shells are probably very clicky.
Ah, yes, that's true. And Landara, you were following, correct?
Yeah.
I think you notice, like, the mast, one of the several actually, technically separates your main line of sight down to where the entrance to below decks is. So, once you get into that spot, I'm sure you guys had a moment to 1, 2, 3 break. But as you're following Kim in and getting the door shut, you notice a little gleam of silver down the deck coming up from below decks and taking a position in front of the entrance. But now you're both in the room as the other two are coming in the window.
God damn it.
Hey, there's a silver skeleton that just came up the stairs, and it's now positioned right in front of the door.
Oh, no.
So I don't know if it's, making way. Is it his valet?
I don't know. Let's see if we can find anything useful in here quick and be ready to fight or skedaddle if it comes in.
All right.
I'm just going to start furiously, rifling through things, trying to find anything of use.
And I'm going to start stomping on this birdcage. I'm going to crouch down next to the door with my shotgun out, just waiting for the door to open.
Yep, no problem. Jake, you're just looking for anything that sticks out as important?
Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to make your roll here either. There's nothing particularly hidden besides one lockbox that was similar to what Eston had. But this one's a little cleaner, a little nicer, but still easy enough to just break the lock off. And there are a few letters inside. They are addressed to Dr. White, and they are signed by the name Dorva.
Uh-oh. Kim, who was Dorva?
Dorva's the guy that, he didn't kill other Kim, but he left other Kim to die.
Well, Dorva is White's pen pal.
Oh, jeez.
I want to skim through them and see what the general content of these is. I can read, really fast. So.
Especially for a monkey.
He's a pretty smart monkey.
So sure, yeah, filtering back through some of the earlier letters, you see mention of an island that had been moved, an island called Whistler's Cove. It suggests that the operation was complete, that Nash assisted and left, and that the island has been moved. And there are coordinates, and later letters indicate that Dorva is hoping for more shipments to feed the Moonchild, that they are running out of supplies and he is running out of ideas. Send anything you have.
Oh, okay. Here's some insight on this whole corner of a triangle that moved, I think. Nash helped them move a whole island called Whistler's Cove. So I'm betting that's what this whole used to be an equilateral triangle and now one point is way off somewhere else business is.
Yeah.
Straight up took that island and moved it. Also, apparently, Dorva is harboring something called the Moonchild and is running out of supplies and ideas to deal with it and is asking for reinforcements or supplies.
Well, I think that fits into the vision that I had when I first got here. Dorva is like a military leader of these underwater people, and there's some sort of horrible creature down there, which might be this Moonchild, and he sacrificed a bunch of people, including myself, in the hopes that it would satiate this creature, because he had run out of options. So I don't know when those letters are from. I don't know if that was before he decided to kill other Kim or after.
Let's definitely keep those coordinates.
Yeah, I'm tucking all these inside my fancy cloak.
Landara, you certainly don't need a roll to hear heavy footsteps pretty much walking right up to the door. One heavy set of footsteps and a couple of lighter.
I'm making military hand gestures for what's going on that don't make any sense, but very fast flashes.
2 words, first syllable.
Yeah, I'm gesturing for everybody to try and scramble back out the window. Get out of here before they get in.
Good idea.
Okay, now we're back to a breakout on this one.
I don't wanna. I want it for free.
Landara is going to try to hide.
Oh.
All right, bye, lady.
Because this escape might make some noise, and if White is with them, yeah, I think that's in this moment. I see them going to the window, they're gonna jump out. It might make some noise. They're coming here. They suspect something, so I'm gonna try to hide in the room.
All right, I think Jake lead us on a breakout, and Landara on a dirty trick.
Jacob, what is that? What'd you roll?
I got a 5.
No!
Oh!
I'm gonna spend a point of luck on this.
Okay.
11.
Do you want to take the ante or have no catch?
I don't know that their thing is going poorly, so I think I want the ante.
Okay.
If I had seen this unfolding, I would want no catch, but I think in the moment I'm thinking I want to be able to, have the ante on him.
All right. How do you hide?
I imagine him having a lot of stuff here for research. We saw that there was like a table down below to tie a body to with blood there, and lots of bookshelves and stuff like that. So I think just crouching down and scooting underneath a table, it's got like a drop cloth on it.
I like that. So the rest of you are trying to scramble out this window, but in your haste, it twists and catches so that it's jammed, and you're pounding on it, trying to get it open. As the door is kicked open, in walks 2 skeletons and a silver guard, and they're dragging someone that's like half walking, half stumbling. For the first time, you hear one of the silver guard speak. It cackles, this chittery sound, shakes the person that it's dragging and says, "Are these your champions? Ha ha ha!" And it drags Cotton across the floor, bruised and bloodied. Landara, you would have such a beautiful shot to take out 2 of these, maybe all 3, if Cotton weren't directly in your line of fire.
The Critshow is a Critshow Studios production, edited and produced by Brandon Wentz with music by Jake Purley. You can find more information about us at thecritshowpodcast.com. To keep up to date with upcoming live shows, contests, and other special events, follow us at The Crit Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For even more weekly content, join us at patreon.com/thecritShow.